Hi, welcome to Classic Car Cave. So I had a bit of an issue with the Mini Cooper. I saw some little rust spots on the battery box, and when we started to investigate, there was a bunch of water in the battery box itself. Now it had the three rubber grommets in it, so it was pretty much watertight. It had probably, I don't know, 1.5 litres, maybe 2 litres of water in it, and couldn't understand where it come from. So Amir took off the back wheels and we checked around and put some lights through, and it was actually a small hole in the arch. Now when I took this car for its MOT, what was it, 3 or 4 months ago, whatever it was really heavy rain, and I had to go, I couldn't get it in locally. I had to drive about 60-70 kilometers there and back, and it was pissing it down the whole way. And obviously these big 13x7s, 12x7s, it's thrown a lot of water up and forced it in through the boot, and then it went down in this channel which you see in the video, and it's gone into there. But I'm just surprised how much water has gone in it, because we took the back shelf out to make sure it wasn't the window or nothing else. What's happened is probably when we're doing the welding, there's been some small hole that we've missed, and it's had some sealant over it or some caulking compound, and that's come away, leached away, and that's how it's got in. So it just shows you really need to check every now and again. The car doesn't do a lot of mileage, and obviously now that's the situation. I will check it out each year, each winter when we put it away, or just generally check down the side. It's quite tight in the battery box. Anyway, this is a video of what was wrong and where the problem was and how we've resolved it. So I hope you enjoy the video. So here we are with the Mini Cooper, and you can see that at the bottom, all the paint has come off the bottom, and what's happened was there was 3 plugs in there. Now we had this battery out of this car, and we put it into the Mini convertible, the Mini Special of Jeremy's and Toby, and we took the battery out to get the other car started. So that was whatever it was, so I'll have to check back and look. And the battery box was fine. Somehow something's gone on. The car must have been out in the rain, whatever, and this seal is not good enough, or there's something going on, or it's channeling water in there. Fortunately, I've got this situation here where I can, this is this piece at the back here, I think I can show you. If I can show you, I can open this up and pull this down. I made this Mini with this extra doorway in it, which Minis don't normally have. You can take this down, you can also see the back of the seat there. And the idea is you could take that seat swab out and put all your cases in through the back into a cargo net. So if you had an accident, nothing can go all over the place. So what we can do is take that back seat swab out, and then what we'll do then is put some water across the back here of the Mini and see how it's getting into that, battery box, because obviously we need to find out how it's getting in. But the water was, as you can see, I think you can see by that line, that water was kind of nearly halfway up there. So the battery was sat in that water. I'll show you that now. Fortunately, it's not been in there very long. You know, I don't know how many months it is, but it's not that long. And we can get rid of it and repaint it. So I'll show you the battery, but I'm glad we found it now. So I think you can see from that battery where that line is there, you can see where it's kind of green across there. So the water was all the way up to there. It's been washed off a little bit with this rag here, but you can see where it's marked the battery. So I'm going to check back on the videos and see when we replaced it and put it back in, and then we'll go from there. But I'm really glad we found it. There was some corrosion happening underneath, which I can show you, and that's what's alerted me to it. Now, so you can see here where it's started to get corrosion in it, and it's actually wet underneath. I'm going to have to repaint all this battery box, and you can see it's gone right through. So I'm going to have to clean all that up. Funny enough, it's fine around the side here. I think it's okay on the back. You see how it's gone into the corner a little bit there. So I'll have to take all that off, clean it up, and find out why it's getting in or how it's getting in. So, but fortunately I can match that colour and we'll fix it up, because the rest of the car is in mint condition. You can see, you can eat your dinner off it. It's the only place. Anyway, it is what it is, and I'll have to fix it. But how long it's been in there, I don't know, I'll have to check. So, we'll see what it's like when it's stripped down. So, there's some of the paint mass that's on the floor. And some of the big pieces, the water just got right underneath it completely. And there's the 3 bungs that were in it. So, anyway, it is what it is. We need to fix it and get it sorted. So I'm just working on the Cooper, and we're just getting all this sorted out. Well, I've got some spray coming as well, so he's just coloured that in on the bottom so it doesn't touch the software, and it looks so much nicer now. And then the inside will spray with this spray that's being made up now. In fact, I'm going to go down and get it, and hopefully that'll be it. What we're intending to do now is put 2, but when it's dry, tomorrow, whenever, we'll put the 2 bungs in at either side, and the centre bung, we're going to make a hole in the centre and put like a little ring in there so that the water can get out. How it's getting in, I mean, it'll just stay out of the rain until we find out what the problem is, and then we'll go from there. But it looks really nice compared to how it was. I had some paint mixed up for the car. It works out about €17, €18, I think, something like that. And that's the colour there. It's not bob on, but this is the actual colour match from the paint itself, and there's virtually nothing left of the touch-up paint either. But I'll keep this one indoors. Yeah, so Amir's found what the problem is. We must have missed it when we were doing the body, or we put sealer on it and the sealant's come away. There was you can't see it now, but there was a little up inside here, up inside the arch, there was a hole. And what it's done is obviously when it was pissing down, I remember when I took the E-Type for its test, and I took this, it was really bad rain. And it was probably about 60 k's I'd done, I don't know, whatever. It's quite a distance away. And all the water's obviously spun straight up in there. And the reason we know that is if, let me stick this light on, you can see the mud in the corner. Here it is. You can see all that mud in the corner where it's come through that hole. And obviously there's a valley there where we put these patches in, and it's dripped straight down inside it. So this is only going inside and a couple of little touch-up places, so it'll be fine. But at least we know what it is now, which is a pain, but we know what it is. Oh, I think you can see how nicely that battery box has come up in comparison. And the colour isn't bad. It's not perfect match, but for inside it's fine. And the underneath looks really nice now, which I can show you, but I'll have to lift the ramp up. So, and now we know what the problem is, and that's all fixed. What I'll do is I'll pull the ramp up and I'll show you how it looks underneath. So there you can see, remember all this rough in the battery box here, and it's just touched up any little areas that were needing it. So there was a couple of little bits down here, which I think he's done now. I think it was on the outside. Yeah, but generally, as you can see, it's in pretty good condition. So, at least we know what the problem is. So generally, it's looking pretty good. We've touched up any tiny little areas that it needed it. But as you can see, all the valance, everything's still beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad we picked it up now. If that water had sat in there for 3 or 4 months or longer, it would have probably rotted it out. But anyway, it's a great thing with having the lift. You can see straight away if there's any issues or any problems. So, yeah, looking good. So, I'll finish up with that in the morning and get everything back in. I need to clean this valance a little bit here. Apart from that, it's pretty good. So, on that note, on that happy note that it's done, as usual, yeah. So, stay safe, keep the faith, enjoy your hobby, and we'll catch you up in the next video. Take care, everybody.